All right. Well, welcome everyone to our third installation of the Costco wine advent calendar. This time around, our theme is, well, is southwest Europe, mostly Spain and Portugal, but we also threw in a French wine in there just for good measure. Now our first wine is going to be our Octopada, our famous Octopada, which is a Macabeo. And I was like, why does that variety sound so familiar? And the reason why is that one, it's grown in, was it a Castile de, I can't remember what it is. It's pretty much right outside of Barcelona. It's effectively like the main grape that's used in cava. And so, it being kind of like a very aromatic white, it's actually kind of cool that, because I drink a lot of cava, and to have this single varietal as a still wine kind of sounds neat. So let's go ahead and watch our first of the videos on the Octopada.
Backed by popular demand is an annual calendar favorite, a rich, deep white with an exotic floral bouquet that simply defies description. Our winery partners with whom we produce Octopada have been operating at the same location since 1954 and have been among the very first to adopt new ideas and technology, putting them at the forefront of Spain's quality revolution. Octopada aims to give Macabeo its deserved place in the spotlight, with melon and almond notes on a plump frame with surprising breadth and volume. Equal parts delicious and intriguing, Octopada adds spice and Spanish flair to any Christmas party.
All right. Oh, there's some drunk dancing going on there. Team Foodie, you guys are still muted. All right, now we can hear you.
Down,
bottom
down
left
low.
on the corner, on the touchpad, the button to the bottom left.
Oh, no, go up to the green dot.
Sorry.
There you go. And yeah.
All right, so there we go. Octopada Macabeo.
We're drinking it right now.
We're getting ready to.
Okay.
I'm not really getting anything.
All right. So as we're looking at the, for our newbie, Akara, so welcome Akara to the crew. What we'll do is we kind of go through the different processes of deductive tasting. And so the first one that you actually look for is with your eyes. And so what you're wanting to do is tilt it about 45 degrees and either look at it from the top or from the bottom, looking for what the color is. So, this is just to kind of get in like a little Rolodex in your head of like all these different characteristics of the wine. So this one, it's very light, light straw.
It's like not straw, yeah.
Now, usually for these, the other sight part is usually kind of spin it around and you watch the legs kind of pull down, but just for time wise, we'll kind of skip on that part, and maybe for the French wines we will. So next is going to be, go ahead and give it another swirl, and we're going to sniff it and kind of pull out some of those, kind of say what we're smelling on it.
You're very brave to pour yourself that much.
It's really been a
It's
long
just a
day.
glutton for
I'm
punishment.
hurt all over.
So what are people getting on the nose?
Getting some citrus.
A little bit of pear.
Okay.
Don't even.
Now,
That was my first word I put down was pear.
pear. Okay.
And then also slightly nutty.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bit of almond there. Now because it's one of the few aromatic whites. Yeah, usually aromatic kind of also confers a particular quality, and usually that's that like a floral.
I was wondering about honeysuckle.
Yeah, there's definitely like a white flower. Okay.
Good.
Well, anyone else want to share what they're smelling before we go ahead and move on to the taste?
Same as before.
Nope. All right. Well, first
Cheers.
taste of the night. Cheers.
Well, it doesn't taste like acid.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a lot less acidic than I was expecting.
It has a strange taste that stays on the back of your tongue.
So it starts a little bit like a pear, which is chalkiness. That whatever comes back, that's
It's like
it's like a thing and then a thing. And it's kind of chalky, almost medicine-y, and it becomes like kind of
Like
bitter
bile?
sweet. I was gonna say butterscotch.
No.
Bile's probably correct.
I'm getting like grapefruit pith.
Okay.
okay.
Bile, grapefruit, that's the same thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's try it with the apple.
Oh, the apple helps.
The apple helps.
I think so.
The fried olive bites. too.
And then for me the finish. So it starts off with that grapefruit pith, but it finishes like right in the back here with like really good mandarin orange.
Oh, I would not call that orange.
It's called citrus.
Okay.
Making a schedule, make sure that I'm not-
Well, now we get to the fun part. So, Akara, the last kind of piece that we do with these is with the different foods that we have kind of prepared is trying different ones. Seeing what pairs well. Now, have you ever usually for the steps for pairing or to really get that magic happen is usually you take a sip of the wine to kind of get your palate kind of primed. Then you'll take a bite of whichever you're going to be trying it with, chew it around before you kind of swallow. Take another sip of the wine and essentially wash it down. And that's where you'll kind of see hopefully some kind of flavors mingles.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
So just remember, sip, chew, sip.
Sip
It's
to-
still got that weird.
Mhm.
So I'm getting chalkiness. It's like a texture. Like
It's like gritty.
we do chalkboards.
Gritty. That's what Richard just said. Gritty.
There is some weird like texture at the end of the flavor.
Oh, nope. Nope.
Which you should try.
Just trying.
Oh no, I had high hopes for that.
Sorry, I didn't get peeled shrimp.
So if you break this wine into like there's the first taste, the second taste, the third taste, the
It's okay with the
creaminess
shrimp.
of the Manchego is great.
I was gonna say that the Manchego kind of definitely helps it along. It's still a little weak, but it definitely helps it along.
So it doesn't pair well with apples or pizza
Or shrimp.
or, well, no, I like it with the shrimp. Did you? I
did
did like
not.
it.
I think the fried olive bites are nice too.
The olive
I
is
did not like
good
it with
and cheese.
the little smoky. Okay. Kurt brought the fine stuff.
Gourmet. No, thank you. All right, what's next?
All
It
right,
is-
great.
It is better than last year, I think.
Yeah, I'll give it
I
that.
didn't pour it down the drain, so.
Rob gave himself a second pour, right?
Yeah, I wanted to try some more.
So there's
Yeah,
hopeful.
it's
you
definitely
know.
not bad.
Is this the one I would like stand in line for at the liquor store?
No, this one is
But you guys
$4.49
have
at
There's one of
Churchill's.
the
It's fine
Italian
on.
ones yet.
And while I like this as, you
Yeah.
know, like a still wine, I would much rather have it as kava.
I
But
think we did it.
And it's
last year.
4.0, you know.
I think
It's
French
actually
is the
really
day
good.
after Christmas.
it is.
Yeah, that's probably the best one we're having.
On
Pretty
Christmas Day.
impressive.
No, we got it changed.
Unless we get your
Oh,
wines, in which
okay.
case maybe be out chatting.
Oh, we have it, but okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
wanted
people.
to mention, Richard, it's like, it's interesting that I have spent about 3 times the price on the cheese
Uh-huh.
and I have on the wine.
Ah,
Here.
So the Whole Foods has got their 12 days of cheese running right now.
okay.
So like I just loaded up and then of course they gave me the price. And I'm like, what now? But, yeah, this one that I got is Corquea Campo de Montalban.
Hmm.
But I think it mentions that it's better with like a Rioja, so
Yeah.
I'm totally on the wrong.
Yep. So
wavelength
wait until we
there.
get to the Navarra and all of a sudden maybe you'll see it shine.
Cool.
It's like 3 hours.
All right, people, let's move on to number 2.
Me, no, I saw it in me.
I thought you did this next to each other again.
I'm not sure if it's Eau de Couple. Oh, well, okay.
Here, we
Your
have.
green screen is amazing.
I know. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can kill that. 'Cause that's
Is that the founding father?
Great.
Oh no, it's a like
Okay.
Bacchanalia.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. We're in Saturnalia actually right now. No, we're not. Next week.
Oh, I need
Next
to
week is
see.
Saturnalia. So we
All
get
right, let's see if it works now. Okay, there we go. Now I'm not sure if it's just Ode Couple or Eau de Couple, but it's a Portuguese Fernao Pires. I have personally, I have never even heard of this varietal before, so that's always a good thing. Well, and then without further ado, we'll move on to our video for it.
Lisbon weekenders love to grab their surfboards and throng to the nearby beaches where the waves are always cresting and the flavors of the local white wines are impossible to forget. They are consistently perfectly ripe, fresh, fruity wines with tons of regional charm. Old Couple was conceived of and made by one of our favorite winemakers who could have chosen anywhere to make his living, but always knew Portugal would be the place. Made from the Fernao Pires grape, Old Couple is zesty and bright, showing Fuji apple, pear, and spice flavors. The long finish of an anise and savory herb comes in waves, so grab your board and hang 10 with Ode Couple.
Watch the one.
Have you ever done black licorice with the white?
So Fernao Pires.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
black licorice.
Okay. And it is Ode Couple.
It's not in a box, too. Sorry for that.
What's that?
Black licorice.
It's all at your house.
That's fine.
I have these funky chocolates. that we're
Okay.
using. That's for sure.
So usually when you do the 45 degree, you want to try to have like some kind of like white background to it. That way you're not getting, something else in the way. But this, it's still light, but this is much more on the almost the, I'd say it's on the just a light yellow. it's past straw.
I've got a weird glass too.
Okay. All right. So let's give it our spin and sniff. Ooh.
Oh, I like the smell of this one.
Yeah, this
You
one
get
has
lot
a this one has a nice aroma to it.
Get pear and apple, but I don't get spice.
This smells like joy. Joy have a smell? I really like the smell of this.
It's like pumpkin spice to be like
Hmm.
the.
Mm,
what do you call it? I mean, not like that little round thing.
It smells like wow,
That's
it smells like candy apple.
Yes, candy apple.
I was getting like a hint of banana.
Yeah. Yeah. If
Yep.
if I was blind smelling this, yeah, I'd almost think it had like a bit of like carbonic maceration to it, where it kind of gives almost that bubblegum,
No, all I smell is banana.
Yeah.
imparts like a bubblegum flavor and smell. Like
Yeah,
like
it's like a fake banana.
Waffy Taffy.
yeah, like well, it's like Bougelet Nouveau.
I cannot stand anything that's like fake or flavor.
All right, well,
Oh my
let's give this thing a taste. So, cheers.
Yeah.
Me too.
I like
I would,
banana.
yeah. I would definitely like
No,
9 runs or
Waffy
whatever.
Taffy.
and
Like
throw
I
away
like
everything
banana
else.
bread.
Yeah.
It's
And
made
that's
with real
really
banana.
sweet.
Hmm.
Not too sweet, but
But like Waffy Taffy.
it's like apple juice. Mm. It's gonna go well with this apple thing. I've decided.
Is going on
So
the
I like the beginning on this. I'm not sure if I like the finish. The finish makes me, feel like I just huffed in like a bunch of perfume that was like floating in the air.
I think this is gonna.
Oh, I
The
love
best
that.
ones in the
Like
box so
floral.
far.
Yeah, I love that perfume taste actually. Which
Perfume taste.
probably
Oh.
because I'm weird. That's fine.
Since our janitor is back, he's been spraying Lysol very generously in my office, and it is not okay.
Not sure if I'm getting the spices that they were kind of alluding to with this, but there's definitely a good amount of citrus and apple.
Here's the big thing. $85,000 a year.
Anyone else getting anything from this?
I think our janitor is using 6 digits.
Yes.
And I'm like, I've been working there for 13
These jobs.
years and have a master's degree. And he's making $35,000 more than I.
Should have got a master's in sweetening.
I guess. Well, this is maintenance, not custodial.
All right. Do we have any pairing winners?
I mean, the apple's good.
It's really good with the apple tart.
Okay.
The apple having it for spices. I like nutmeg,
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon,
just cinnamon.
just cinnamon and sugar. And then it's like a egg, milk, and sugar. Whatever.
It's interesting with the shrimp.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but I don't.
Well, what else is in the shrimp?
We'll get better with this.
Garlic.
It's a garlic shrimp.
Oh, okay.
Lots of garlic. I put in probably too much garlic.
Hey,
No such thing.
There's Dawn.
No
Haven't seen Dawn forever.
such thing.
Diane, it's been a hot minute since you've been to one of these.
I happen to see it. I don't always see them, but I
Ah.
guess I didn't get the wine, so I just keep my mouth shut.
It's like if you tried it with the Manchego.
Got a little jar of peach ginger, kind of, not a spread, I don't know what they call it. It tastes really nice with this one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but other than that, it just, I don't know.
An animal?
He was sitting in his chair.
Oh,
Oh, I am kind of.
Yeah.
I am so in love with this.
Not a fan.
it's pretty good.
This
So the
pairs
wine
amazingly well with a balsamic vinaigrette.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the wine that we're drinking right now, Diane, is a Portuguese Fernao Pires.
Very good.
I've never even heard of this particular varietal before, so it's very interesting and very aromatic.
Sure, look. Read about the rival. Oh, did you bring it?
Oh, but I know where it is. That's one of the 8 things I actually can find. That's
So next time,
black licorice
Number
in the
one
book, I
being
could've
dog
done.
food.
yeah, dog food.
So other than the peach preserves,
You like eating
and
apples?
I think Team Foodie said apple, something apple.
Yeah, but apple tart is pretty good with that.
Right.
And it's not bad with
The
shrimp.
Movers broke my desk. My desk is like.
I'm not
for
sure
my
about
dad,
anything
it's like
else.
Really old roll top.
So it's kind of.
Kurt said
middle.
the Manchego was neutral. It was a neutral.
Okay.
And then.
Not
couldn't get
badly,
the
like,
box springs upstairs, so we're gonna do something different tomorrow.
what do you, what? You
My
can,
move has been horrible, like
wait, you couldn't get what up the stairs?
box springs.
The movers could get.
So when I get like a
You have a
2
king
box
size
springs,
bed?
it's clean, but it's a 100-year-old house.
Right.
So it's like a short.
Hmm.
Stairs.
Yeah, and it's just like this little 1-foot piece that we couldn't put around.
So the goat chevre with chives really goes well.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
What's that?
Cheese with chives.
What was that, Richard?
Like goat chevre
And then you put cheese and
Mhm.
and that's blended with some chives. That I think it's more the that kind of green from the goat cheese that's really kind of coming to the forefront with this.
I can see chives being okay.
Yeah, lending a little bit of that green in there.
Oh,
What do you have in
it's
there?
not so bad with the pizza.
Really?
So what are you drinking tonight, Diane?
Might be
I
okay.
don't know, it just has a different kind.
I share with.
The one that you recommended, the,
Which was that?
As well.
what's the name of it? Mamo or something?
Oh, Mayomi.
That's it. Yeah. I actually get that a lot. I like the little bottles. It's just enough. Because the big one, it'll go to waste if I open it and I'm here by myself, but.
Okay. I was just talking about it a little bit earlier. Yeah, because I was thinking of a theme in the new year for like grocery store wine, and Mayomi was one of the first to come to mind because it's pretty highly rated. Yet you kind of find it everywhere.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Very few dollars, right?
Yeah. I think 15.
Definitely think I can get $1. That's just me. Yes, it's fine.
All right, how's everyone's glasses?
Market yet?
No, I own 2 houses now.
That's terrifying.
Right.
Ready to move on to number 3?
Like things going on with money to like sort of like.
Well, I hear no objection, so number 3 it is.
See.
So our
Yeah.
third is from Spain, a Chardonnay,
Yeah.
Brillo Solar,
Yeah.
and we move on to our third video.
There is something that connects all corners of Spain. Despite a huge diversity of landscape, climate, and culture, it is the Latin zest for life, an appreciation of time among friends, especially at the table. Spain is increasingly attracting attention for an elegant, pure expression of Chardonnay, and this Spanish white makes it easy to see why. Brillo Solar has bright, fruity aromas of quince, apple, melon, and peach, and a creamy, fresh palate. So, do as the Spanish do. Call your friends, open up a bottle of delicious Chardonnay, grab a baguette, ham, and butter, and get to work. Brillo Solar is a wine built for enjoyment, Spanish style.
Make it work, right?
What?
That's what they make Taco Bell. It's like built around Chardonnay.
It's still weird for them to actually say Brillo instead of Brillo.
Exactly.
A little Americanized there, huh? All right. Oh, let's give it a. Now they said this thing was going to be creamy, so I'll be curious if they've done any like malolactic fermentation.
Shows the yellow color. Or straw.
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 Yeah, this one actually is a little bit lighter than our last. It's much more on that straw level than the yellow, which is already interesting because that's why I kind of put it third, was that usually Chardonnays are kind of, a heavier white grape. And so, and usually they have a bit more of a, bit more yellow, even golden color to them. All right. Well, let's give this thing a spin and sniff.
Yeah.
Like it's
I thought
not
you said
green
that.
apple.
Sounded congested, but
It's not quite stone.
Honeydew or cantaloupe?
Wednesday,
I think-
like 90.
I think it's
it's
port
less
wine
sweet.
myself.
I don't know about cantaloupe.
All right. So what are people getting on the nose here?
Do you get an apricot?
90%
I could-
sure I have it. Person that wants
I could-
us
I could-
process.
Agree with cantaloupe.
And Thursday.
Did I hear apple? So a little bit apple,
Get apple and Kurt gets cantaloupe.
cantaloupe. Okay.
I mean, that's too total.
Like we're still getting a little bit of bubble gum from similar to before.
But he was feeling a little better.
And then that might be in your nose now.
Julie called me.
Wish
Sarah.
I could drink water in my nose to get out there is the way you
like I'm getting tropical,
She
like,
has a-
like a bright tropical, like pineapple.
Mhm. Yes.
Do you get the acid in pineapple or just the like?
Yeah.
mango pineapple?
No, it's definitely more, like I said, it's bright, which I kind of can, think of as acidic,
They're
Okay.
going back and forth to each other's houses. playing PlayStation.
and almost like a vanilla.
But
Yeah.
he called him one day and he could barely open his eyes.
So this thing has definitely seen wood. Well, let's give this thing a taste. Cheers.
I bet
It's
we all
buttery.
have colds because it's middle of December.
Oh, wow. It tastes definitely different than the nose.
I don't like it.
You do?
No.
Okay.
Hey, with the Taco Bell.
Yeah. good call.
It's really bitter.
Oh God, buttery. And this is your like
Buttery?
It's very buttered.
Yeah, this is butter.
basic white girl wine.
Mhm.
Put this in the valley. That's where.
No. Replace the U with an I.
That's interesting.
Bitter.
Yeah.
You guys quite-
Because to me, this is very much more New World Chardonnay than Old World.
Oh man, this one. Geez, I'm thinking like, what would you pair with it? So let's get maybe Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's working with this actually.
Oh, the shrimp is pretty good with that.
Okay.
I feel like if I bit a lemon, that would help it.
That would help it.
I got a little grapefruit in there too.
Okay. So I've kind of gone over the entire, I want to say, well, entire gamut, but at least the fruit gamut of white wine, which is, we had apple, pear,
Oh, that is.
tropical, and melon.
The Taco Bell.
Yeah, it actually works.
So when you think apple, are you thinking like Honeycrisp apple or like green
Granny
apple?
Smith.
These are Granny Smith. Beefy dub.
It does not go well with the apple.
It's like somewhere between like a yellow apple and like a Bartlett pear.
We're not really good with anything. It's better with the Taco
I mean,
Bell.
it's pretty good though.
It's pretty good with the Taco Bell.
No.
These are really, surprisingly, they're all very dry. And I oftentimes, I don't think of dry when I think of white wine most of the time, but I don't drink much white wine. So whatever it is that you're serving up, Richard, I'm drinking it, but I usually don't choose it.
Wrote the bikinis.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially old, well, unless you're in Germany, most white is going to be, like fermented dry.
Kurt, are you okay? Because you look like you're gonna throw up.
Think you're thinking about it.
I did the pigs in the blanket deal.
Pigs in the
Not
blanket.
working for you.
I mean, I don't.
Blue none at Thanksgiving. That was about it
Do you,
in my household.
Yes.
because like Pittsburgh.
Oh,
area
it works well with the Manchego.
is like ground beef and cabbage.
That's beef.
Well,
That's
that's
not
like a big
pig.
rock almost.
In cabbage?
With bread?
No,
You have bread, cabbage, and
no, it's
burgers,
just
rock.
like cabbage.
That's not a pig blanket. It's different.
No, that's, to me, that's stuffed cabbage.
And that's
Yes.
not even a pig.
A pig is
So
pork
that's,
wrapped
well,
in
maybe
bread.
they use pork, I
Right.
don't know, but
It's
it's
the
in
blanket,
cabbage.
it's the
So
bread.
We had it with
This,
mashed
to me,
potatoes,
is pig in a
but-
blanket.
Okay.
It's really nice with the smoked ham.
Really?
Oh,
Mhm.
sausage and pancakes is the original. Takes the blanket.
I wouldn't have guessed that, but
I know.
interesting.
What if the salt is what's doing it? The cured ham, maybe the salt.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, with this being a kind of a, well, I was going to say more acidic, but I mean, this thing has gone through like malolactic fermentation, so
Yeah.
it should actually have it has less acid than when it should have.
Yeah, I'm getting acid for sure.
I'm so tired.
You feeling that Monday?
I'm really pretty freaked out.
Maureen?
Hmm.
Like, she's like very apprehensive, or she's like, yes, it's good to see you
I
here.
think both.
Any other winners out there for this wine?
Like chip with the hot dog. and-
Just the Taco Bell.
Just to talk about.
Yeah.
Classy wine.
I mean, did I?
Classy food for a classy meal.
Nailed it.
I nailed one. I'm fine with that.
Put that on Pinterest.
Right.
All right, let's try red. I'm trying to get
I'm
tired of
afraid they're
these.
gonna make me get a transfusion. Like a blood transfusion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid so.
I hope we like the reds, because I went ahead and opened up the ones that I brought.
Could you do that for me too, please? Thanks.
All right. How's everyone's glasses? Are we about ready for the reds?
We just dumped ours out, so we're good.
Did you hate it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the,
Well, the one before that was definitely a not like, but this one was kind of like.
No, this
Oh, I
was the
liked the
worst.
last one.
This was the worst so far.
This
And,
is-
and
this
I
is
didn't
my
get,
second
I
worst.
didn't do the tasting with the octopus wine last year. It was not so bad.
To me, the octopus was the best one we've had of these three,
Exactly. I agree.
which is kind of scary.
See, like, it's the exact opposite for me.
So I think the third one.
You like which one do you like best, Corey?
I'm actually blown away by the Chardonnay compared to the Octopada.
Okay.
Okay, so I like.
Also-
I think the Chardonnay is interesting, and I think it's like dating someone who keeps throwing red flags at you. And you just want to see
Like, you know better, but you still do it.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You
Have another
got to
one?
give it at least 6 months.
So like the smart people know, stay away from this. But then I'm like, no.
Why not? It's cute.
All right. Well, as we run away from those red flags, we're on to the Luna Brillante, a Navarra, Spain red blend. Though nowhere on the description.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, it does say what the blend is. So 40% Tempranillo, 30% Garnacha, and 30% Merlot. And is it
España.
Navarra
Okay.
region wines are in high demand and every bit the darlings of Spain, seen on the wine list of every hip tapas bar from Malaga to Madrid. This robust blend makes it easy to see why. And like a great flamenco dancer, it is zesty, spicy, and right at home on the tabletop. Each vintage, we customize the blend so that the wine is ever changing and alive, adapting to its unique place and time. Big, bold, and warm-hearted, Luna Brillante is a wine of soul and structure with a fruity minerality and a firm, dense core. A true wine of terroir, Luna Brillante is crafted to please many palates, yet reflect its soul noble origin, Navarra.
Navarra? That guy has way too much fun with these.
Where did they?
He
find
gets
it?
paid for that.
Oh, wow, this actually smells like wine.
I know. That was my
But
body.
again, the pronunciation. Una Brillante?
Brillante.
It isn't even Brillante. It was just Brillant. It's like,
Yeah,
no, we're in Spain. We're not in France. We don't cut off the last syllable of every
Right.
word.
No, you say every letter.
The guy's probably from Montana.
Shouldn't it be like a Y sound?
Yay, watch it.
All right. So as we're looking at this one's actually darker than I was expecting.
I
Yeah.
may have gotten drunk.
Really?
You almost purple.
Ruby or purple? What do you think?
Yeah, this is like a dark ruby.
Taking you out.
Hasn't quite hit purple yet.
Hold on, baby box, what?
Because
Oh, baby box.
Considering that, it's mostly Tempranillo, I was expecting it to be a little bit more red. So, all right. So let's go ahead and give this thing a swirl and a sniff.
Yeah,
Now I can
Tempranillo,
hear.
Grenache, and Merlot.
God, I don't know if the right word. I want to say it's trenchant.
Huh.
It's like a.
Well, it definitely smells young. It's fruity for an old world.
I think overripe strawberry is where I'm at.
Got raspberry, plum, and oak.
Like
Leather and vanilla.
as dark as it is, I'm getting just almost all like red fruit.
You get like a-
I mean, this is like black cherry.
Yeah. Black cherry.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit strawberry, but it's definitely more on the. To me, it smells like cherry. And some kind of chocolatey wood on there.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting oak.
All right. Well, first red of the night.
And it's like,
Heartburn.
I mean, my ears are falling like.
It says 13.6. Wow, it's-
I like it. You know,
That is zippy.
It's like surprisingly smooth.
It's fruit juicy. It's really like, not,
Still better to me.
your old world Capri Sun.
Caprizona.
Cafe de Soleil.
No, that was what they're called in Germany. It's
Yeah,
Caprizona.
to me that it's kind of like somewhere between fresh and like cooked red fruit. Yeah, not to the point of like stewed, but like as you're about to make like a cherry pie.
I'm definitely getting cherry on the finish for sure.
It's pretty good with this.
And
Caramel.
I get a little bit of the vanilla in the taste. Like I
dark
think
chocolate.
if that oak is in there,
Yeah.
like that's through.
I agree.
So
Hmm.
I want to see-
Though
Sure. Let's see.
it's almost like the red fruit, the more that I taste it, the red fruit's almost like mid palate. What actually hits first is much more like earthy, leathery.
If I eat
Well,
pizza,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm really hoping that like any of the tomato based foods are really going to go well with this.
It's fine. I think that's really good.
First up is some chimichurri rice.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Uh, That is pretty good with the meatballs.
Yeah. And yeah,
Yeah, that brought out all the good stuff of like all the tomatoes that are in this.
Ooh, that's like really drippy.
It is kind of drippy, yeah.
So like for Team Foodie, I'm half expecting that tomato pizza to really.
It's pretty good with the tomato pizza. It's good with
love the
Rachel's
caramel.
Meatballs.
Oh yeah.
dark chocolate with
I don't want
caramel.
to.
Dark chocolate with caramel is my favorite.
Mhm.
Oh, I haven't tried it with the Taco Bell.
I mean, this is a pretty good wine. I think any like red sauce that makes it better. So this would be a great like dinner wine. This is
Yeah, that's take it all with dinner, yeah. The Taco Bell works for me.
Yeah, I mean this I'm kind of comparing with what I normally think of for like Sangiovese, where it's just got that like bright red fruit cherry flavor that is what goes just awesome with anything tomato based.
I like that a lot.
That's what Kurt was saying too, yeah.
Doesn't quite stand up to Trader Joe's steak and stout pie though.
that is good with the Taco Bell.
We're gonna say the $2 chip.
In the meat, whatever that like the
Mhm.
Dakuma or whatever.
Those stout beef pie, those are one of my favorite things from Trader Joe.
They were
Yeah.
sold out. That's why I bought the olive bites and the chicken blanket and the pizza.
Their olive is pretty inspired. Like this is a good idea.
Yes, I agree. Thank you. I think this is like a great Mediterranean, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm so full, I can't eat anything else.
There's only 2 more to go.
I know, there's 2 more to go.
The small bites thing is
Mhm.
definitely
There's just nibbles.
some part of it is I don't know where my scale is, which means I can't gain weight. So
I
I feel good about that.
Now the Trader Joe's chicken empanadas, they're kind of like dark chicken with a bunch of spices. That's for me, that's the winner tonight for at least so far.
Pairings. Wow. Okay.
I could see that. That would be kind of the
Well, the
similar
same
between kind of-
spices.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Taco Bell. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was interesting and good.
Like I think the wine wasn't great on its own, but everything we ate it with was great.
Right.
I think
I
this-
agree.
This is a like definitely.
Well, so this one is definitely a really good food wine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. How's everyone's glasses looking? Pretty empty?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. So we are back over to Portugal with our Aragonez, Castelao, and Alicante Bouchet. Now, that's to me, I think that's 3 varietals because I know that the last one is a varietal.
Yes.
So I hope it's good, but let's go ahead and see what our favorite announcer has to say about it.
Portugal is a country small in size but big into wine quality. This spicy red blend relies on a unique varietal blend, giving it a distinctly Portuguese personality. The Aragonez grape provides a dark color and aromatic lift. Castelao, the most cultivated red variety in Portugal, is prized for the feminine, elegant wines it produces, and Alicante Bouchet provides tannin and a zesty, spicy backbone. Red wines play an important role in the Portuguese cultural identity and have earned an enormous amount of international prestige. We love this Portuguese red and its ability to offer you a taste of this unique place and its long tradition of fine wine production.
If you scan these,
Yeah.
it plays the video.
And
Okay.
on to the discover.
Do we all have to stand up and twirl like the dancer?
Like the flamenco dancer.
I mean, it's not gonna taste right if you don't.
Exactly.
Unless you're dizzy.
See now this I'm starting to, I'd almost say it's in that purple range.
Mhm.
I'm almost getting tawny.
There's a sweetness in the nose.
Well, slow down there, Kurt. We're not there yet.
It's a gifted student.
Try to keep up, teacher.
He's gifted.
All right, let's give this thing a swirl and a sniff.
It's jammy.
Mhm. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that is definitely some hot country in terms of, you know, the fruit smells, you know, like past ripe into that like cooked, maybe even stewed.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You were in like a cobbler, but without the sugar. I feel like we're getting a blue fruit. Like I would do this blueberry or even blackberry rather than red. But I mean, there's red.
Oh yeah,
fruit.
no, yeah, this is definitely in that black and blue range.
Still get some cherry though. Okay.
Like there's a little bit of red, but it's
You think there's some red in there?
Black cherry. Maybe.
maybe.
You get bugs, Rachel?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, I get them at my house too.
I smell almost like some kind of like dark chocolate on it.
Oh yeah, yeah, chocolate.
Yep. Exactly.
I
There's
hope this doesn't.
there's I got some oak in there, like oak or leather, one of
Yeah.
those two, but a little bit of it.
Yeah, there's definitely some medium plus toasted oak on this. Or they were wanting to impart some kind of like dark chocolate coffee essence to this. So let's give this thing a taste. Cheers.
That's good.
I think it's like bright, fruity,
I get a tart cherry on the finish.
and it finishes with like a
Very fruity.
Well,
Fruitier than I expected, for sure.
Yeah.
It's got a really aftertaste. I don't know what.
You don't like it?
It's
I think it's tart cherry.
No, like
You don't like
the
it?
like burnt something. I don't know what.
Astringent.
Hey, Jim, let's go.
I'm trying right now.
I want to do another drink.
Hot dogs and Taco Bell.
Classy as ever.
What plus is-
I have.
Yeah, it tastes like cooked plums. I wouldn't say quite to like a prune, but it definitely has like a cooked quality to it.
You don't want the grade for us.
It's better with the
Oh my
chocolate,
God,
the
it's
dark
really-
It
chocolate.
is better with the dark chocolate.
Better.
Yeah, and it still has that kind of not burnt taste, but it just has something. Like I said, that like baker's chocolate, almost like coffee note to it.
I like coffee. I don't like this. I don't like that aftertaste. Like
Oh, he's not go with the meatballs and the red sauce. Mm-mm.
Certainly it's like drinking coffee and it's like rubbing your tongue with espresso beans.
It's not quite that good.
You know,
Yeah, I don't like this
do
at all.
get a little espresso
It
though.
smelled okay. It was a liar.
It was a disappointment.
oh,
I just get some espresso,
pigs
yeah.
in the blanket is the win. That's
Yeah.
For real.
like,
Come on, which
This
one?
pairs surprisingly well with summer sausage.
Yeah, the pigs in the blanket, they say it's okay.
it makes it an uplifting experience.
And
And all of the bad and that aftertaste just goes away. Because the pigs in the blanket takes over.
Now this for the steak and stout pie. This is a good pairing with that. Yeah, like all of a sudden all you taste is meat and then that buttery crust, and that's about it.
When it makes the
It's
not bad
okay, yeah.
experience because the pigs and blankets are so good.
I mean, if you have to drink wine with a hot dog, I'll go with one.
So you definitely need something, like hearty with this wine.
Oh, I love it with that chocolate too. Just
Love it. That's a really.
Wow. Taco
Actual.
Bell works.
But I mean,
I think the hot dog is okay.
the first two, which was the Aragonez and the Castelao,
better than the-
both of those are 40%, and there's only 20% of the Alicante Bouchet, which is probably why it's not as
No, no.
spicy as they were kind of advertising it to be.
It was hard.
Because the Alicante Bouchet almost sounds like
The whole wine.
almost like a cab sauv in terms of like it's like
But,
spicy and savory notes. And I was hoping that
Oh, this.
Well, this is just coming out like just a bunch of stewed dark fruit, which is great for stewed red meat dishes. But
So I think if you did this with the pizza or the meatball, you would regret that.
Yeah, this was not good with the meatball at all.
Or that's not, you don't
Well,
have any
yeah.
good.
It wasn't good, period.
Mm.
That's it.
I mean, what did we expect from the Costco Advent calendar? I guess we had a little bit higher hopes than last year, but
2 weeks
I'm
ago was
expecting I'm
great.
not going to do this next year, like the advent calendar.
But 2 weeks ago was great, right? And the one
It
before that.
was, the last two
Yep.
have been pretty good, shockingly good.
what the oddballs? Yes, they were okay.
They were better than expected.
The first was definitely really nice. But
Well,
this-
Mhm.
Yeah, well, let's hold out judgment until we get to the our French red, because we've got a lot of French wines for next time. So hopefully, this will kind of prime the pump for that we're actually going to have some, something good for the day after Christmas.
I feel like we had some good wines tonight. Like, I don't feel like this was a loss.
Oh, no.
Good one.
I mean, I'm kind of with Corey. I mean,
Oh,
I like
boy.
the Brillo Solar, and I actually like the Ode Couple.
I like the old couple
Yeah. I think that was my favorite of the night.
so far.
Yeah, Octopada I could probably pass on, but
Try this shrimp scampi.
No.
So
Okay.
this one was really good with manzanilla olives.
okay. I don't know if I've ever had manzanilla olives. I think I for this one I had recommend, or maybe I just said olives, but I mean for Spanish, there's really
They're Spanish olives.
okay.
And believe it or not, I got them at Trader Joe's. It's just a handful of olives, pitted, salted manzanilla olives,
What do you think?
like a tiny little
I like manzanilla
packet of them.
and the Bloody Mary.
Like I was searching for Castelvetrano olives, because those are kind of my favorite white wine olives to
Right.
have, because they're just kind of they aren't acidic or bitter. They're just nice and buttery.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that I like them, but you see only black olives, like when I was a kid, black olives.
I wouldn't even touch black olives when I was a kid.
And it wasn't until I lived in Italy.
That's
eating
weirdly not bad, but
The
still weird.
Castelano
This
olives
shrimp
that I
candy, yeah.
ended up eating.
Mhm.
Very good.
Interesting bread. That's like not what I would do for a go-to bread.
All right, let's do the French one.
It's okay with the ham. Not great.
Okay.
They have Grenache in it. The French folk.
They didn't say, it's like,
All right.
Something.
Oh, we're finally moving away from Spain and Portugal, and we're going to kind of southwest France to the Cotes de Gascogne with our struggling deep roots. And our last video of the night.
There's our last one.
France has earned its reputation as an agricultural utopia. In every corner of the country, one discovers world-class examples of everything enjoyed on a plate or in a glass. But perhaps no region embodies the heights of gastronomy as well as Gascony, and the region's wines embody this delectable tradition. Gascon winemakers often rely on blending grapes to produce a wine of superior balance and complexity. Lithe, elegant, and refined, deep roots showcase purity of fruit within a framework of polished, gorgeous tannins, a timeless style sure to appeal to wine geeks and novices alike. Of course, deep roots pairs perfectly with the famous charcuterie of the Gascon region, but also simple fare like grilled meats and pizza.
we have some.
All right.
Okay.
This-
Oh, I-
Wine.
this is bordering on like red ruby, but it's also really dark. Like light is not coming through this thing very well.
So I would.
I thought that about the others that we opened, actually. The Navarra.
Mhm.
That one seemed to even more opaque than this one to me.
Not like red food.
Oh,
Right.
And I don't know, those legs are looking kind of thick on this one.
Slow legs, slow tears.
Where?
Now they're pulling down a little quick. So for those of you first timers, if you're spinning and watching the legs as they pull down, the thickness of them is kind of what you kind of guess at for your alcohol content. And this, I mean, they're starting to pull down, sort of quickly. So I'd probably put this, especially if you know that it's old world, I'd be putting this thing at like 13.5.
What is it?
13.
So let's give this thing a swirl and a sniff. Now, comparatively to all of them tonight, this is the first one that to me smells like fresh fruit and not cooked fruit.
Right. Nice.
So what are people getting on the nose for this?
We like the red fruit. We like baking spice. And like a clove and nutmeg both a little bit.
Chocolate also.
This might pair with the apple.
I have another Zoom. I have to run.
Here.
All right. See you, Diane.
I'll try and
Bye,
get.
Diane.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is definitely a red fruit. Very red fruit.
Like
Yeah,
raspberry.
but there's something zippy in there. Like I can't really identify the spice just by itself. I wouldn't quite call it baking spice.
You think cinnamon?
Well,
No,
to me, I'm getting like black peppercorn. Okay. Well, now that we've teased ourselves enough, go ahead and let's have our last one of the nights. Cheers.
I like it with the maple soup.
This is fruity, very fruit box wine with kind of a aftertaste of like that cloying bitterness we don't always love. What do you think? Not the same. What do you?
I don't,
You just don't like
I
it.
don't, I don't think I feel very good. So.
To me, it starts off kind of like earthy, and all of a sudden you get, that like fresh red. I don't know. It's almost like red raspberries.
You get a yeasty taste?
And there's something on the finish.
The yeast comes later, right?
Yeah, the finish, yeah.
But it's sweet. It's not like the horrible sweet that you get with like 2 buck chop.
You know, Andrews go.
Yeah, I'm still just getting just red fruit and black pepper. Like if I had to blind taste this, I would have put this as like a, well, no, I was almost going to say, because that black pepper is, to me, almost always screams like either Zinfandel or Malbec. And yeah, I was going to say like, this was going to be more like a Malbec, but Malbecs are much more, dark fruit, like blue and black, comparatively to this, where it's very much more on the red fruit side. Which is interesting. I'm hoping that, again, much like our Luna Brillante, that hopefully our tomato-based dishes are going to go well with it.
I think this is going to go with the chocolate, the hot dog, and Taco Bell. Because I'm getting Taco Bell spices, not the same. Actually, I'm getting different spices, but I think they're complementary. But I'm definitely gonna try it with the meatball because
I actually kind of liked it with the creamy filling of the tart.
okay, yeah,
And the
I think
cinnamon.
Oh, wow.
I feel like if I'm getting like a nutmeg taste and then pair that with the cinnamon would definitely be. This is another good like.
Oh yeah, that chimichurri rice, where it's got that tomato base, but it's also got like a little bit of seafood and well, especially the chimichurri to it, and those herbs all of a sudden just pop with this.
Yeah, so I think if I pair it with the Manchego, all of the good flavors of the wine are really brought to the front. Stuff I don't like goes away. I enjoy that.
Wow. This pairs well, but I don't like it by itself.
Yeah, it's another. It is definitely a food wine. I'd say it almost seems like most of these are.
think this like makes anything good in the wine just go away. It's not great.
All right. Oh, we've got a bit of an echo, but I'll just mute Janet for the moment.
Sorry.
Oh, oh, looks like you're back. Okay. Well, go ahead and everybody wave goodbye to YouTube, and then we will get to the socializing. So see y'all.